unifies communities. Kanye West collaborates with Adidas, a well-known shoe and athletic clothing company, to create shoes that change people's perceptions of the beauty as well as the functionality of articles of clothing. Yeezy is a line from Adidas and Kanye West that is so unique in the quality of its craft and design that any person can recognize their branding when worn by the consumer. First off, the left shoe is the Yeezy Boost 350 in Pirate Black. This is one of the first Yeezys that was released to the public in the fall of 2015. I've been lucky enough to have this shoe and see the outside perceptions firsthand. Many people would describe this shoe as unique and very aesthetically pleasing. As you can see, Kanye West wanted this shoe to be different and give a creative design to the art of shoemaking. This Yeezy is very functional and it allows the viewer to see the different tools that were made to create this shoe. As you can see, it is made of from a single seam that is created by Adidas threading known as prime knit. Prime knit is one of the main weaving techniques Adidas uses for their shoes. It almost looks like the thread from a sock. Adidas played a lot with screen printing, as you can see a slight color variation throughout the silhouette of the shoe. The bottom is quite interesting as the grooves pop out, almost giving a 3D illusion to the viewer. Another thing about this shoe is in the inner sides of it there is a suede leather lining. This gives a luxurious feel and what really made this shoe even more sought after because of the fusion between sport and luxury into one single item. Now, the shoe on the right is the most recent Yeezy released by Kanye West and Adidas. This shoe has some of the same innovations as the first one, but also some differences. It has the same prime knit innovation that wraps around the exterior of the first shoe, but this model in particular plays with more screen printing on the shoe. The stripes that cover the shoe are fun and are very eye-catching when seen in person. The orange, almost light red embossed lettering reading out 350 supply are also those little touches that make this shoe stand out even more. I really have an admiration for Kanye West and Adidas for creating this shoe that as they're creative and unique. Both of these shoes play with many concepts of fashion and can be part of a diverse amount of lifestyles one may have. This picture right here is of Kanye West and his fans in London at the first Yeezy launch. It was at the Adidas storefront in Forbert's Place in London around June 2015. As you can see, Kanye West is crowded with a numerous amount of people. This is a symbol that his shoes unify a community of people who enjoy sneakers. As there are many people from different walks of life who have come to have some common interest in streetwear and fashion. I enjoy this picture as it shows the happiness and bliss his fans are having being near Kanye West. I also noticed that many of his fans are lifting the shoe up high as if it's a trophy, something to be grateful for. This further shows me that Yeezys have a powerful influence on people. Kanye West shoes unify a community who have an admiration for his type of art, just as this next piece unified a wealthy Chinese community. The summer robe in China from the 19th century embroidered with silk from the private collection. This silk garment shows that the person wearing this robe had to have a certain level of class and wealth. Not only that, there is a diverse palette of color. The hints of gold, blue, and vivid red is what really makes this garment luxurious. There are also several patterns that wrap around the robe, showing the substance and design this garment had in its time. I could tell that the texture of this robe would be soft to touch, further showing the person wearing this garment was wealthy and had excess money to spend on detailed yet functional clothing. This piece is essentially showing the art and beauty that clothing has on the viewer. Also, while looking at this piece, I get to understand the Chinese culture more by the craft and design of the robe. The Chinese patterns give that enhanced charisma to the garment. We get the same representation from Yeezys and this summer robe as they both have similar features in the design of each item. This robe as Yeezy unifies certain communities through the distinctive materials used to create each piece. This piece of clothing unifies a wealthy community in China by being exclusively bought by them. The wealthy community who owned garments like this were essentially unified as one another had similar clothing. Both share a common clientele as they appeal for people who have exquisite taste for fashion as art. As the Yeezys in the summer robe are complex in design, its uniqueness shifts the perceptions on the articles of clothing from just beauty and functionality. This next piece found in the art textbook exemplifies these key elements. I choose this next piece to compare with Yeezy. It was found in the art book. Again, it was from Chihuahua and the Abominable People. As you can see, it's a Mali headdress, and this it was usually made out of wood and breast tacks and strings with carrot shells. I found this piece very individual in its craft, from the headdress down to the very person wearing the garment. This piece of clothing is stunning as it gives an interpretation of an everlasting hero. The hero is Chihuahua, who is the mythic antelope who taught the Balmana people how to practice agriculture. The headdress is magnificent as it's made of wood, and the carved details make it stand out more to the audience. The garment and headpiece are phenomenal as it shows off the beauty of the Balmana culture. It was a pleasure analyzing these items as each piece was so detailed in different textures accompanied with the materials that were used to create each magnificent piece. I could tell that both the garment and headpiece were quite functional for active purposes as the Balmana people chanted around the community. I believe clothing for the Balmana people gave them a sense of pride and integrity of their culture. The clothing not only exemplifies the functionality of each garment, it shows how close-knit the Bomana people were with each other. Even though this piece may be different from Yeezy, it is able to commission cultural pride within the Bomana community. As well as Yeezys, they bring together a community of people who enjoy the beauty of clothing and shoes. Going back to Yeezys, this is a shoe that has the craft and beauty to make an impeccable viewer experience for the audience. Yeezys has many resources as it gets inspiration from artists Kanye West and Adidas, therefore creating something people around the world can enjoy and wear. The shoe is functional as it has the many attributes of comfort, durability, and is aesthetically pleasing. The several patterns and textures create a diverse image for the shoe, further giving the exclusive look. Kanye West really set the bar for shoes and essentially created a piece of art. As he collaborates with Adidas, he's giving a new perceptions on fashion through the lens of clothing and the art of shoemaking to the world. In conclusion, here are my extra resources and citations. Thank you for all